Libra, how you doing? Welcome to the Astroflower. This is going to be a reading from the 19th through to the 25th. We're going to take on the first steps into the Libra season. So a special happy birthday goes out to Tanya, who helps all these videos and everything at the Astroflower. It doesn't more than help. She is the Astroflower. So happy birthday to you, my love, Tanya. Yeah, do make sure you enjoy your day. Okay. So happy birthday to all you Librans out there as well, who's having a birthday between this time in the first steps of the Libra calendar. Yeah, if you haven't seen the monthly readings, the equinox readings and the Mercury retrograde readings, go and have a look at them, because this month here, and it's all starting in the Libra season, so it's going to be all change for you. You will be finally coming out of that autumn period and moving into a winter period, so things will start, seeds will start to sort of be planted for the future coming year. It's all about preparation. It's all about being prepared and getting things organized for your birthday when the energy comes back into your body and into your life, and therefore you can start activating those projects and plans that you've done for the future. So let's just get straight in there and see what's going on. Okay, so it's quite busy in your here and now, not so much as a lot of other people, but I think that's because it's your birthday season coming up. And it seems to be very poignant within one thing. So it's very focalized rather than dispersed and, dispersed all over the place. It's very focalized on one or two things. And those one or two things are really taking a lot of your energy. Your guides here are very relaxed, but then this is an intermediate week. This is a pausing week, which we saw in the monthly readings, because the second wave of September is going to come through after the 25th. So there's a lot of preparation going on. There's in this week a lot of transitional sort of stuff going on, and your guides are sort of like before they were channeling the karmic message into your everyday life, but here they're sort of saying, okay, relax, let's prepare ourselves, and then in this section here, this is where the message is quite important. I think it's connecting to that second wave that's coming through now, and it's all to do with pole shift as well, which you can see on Cymatic TV and stuff like that. So let's just get straight in here with the overall energy, which is a little bit less imposing than it has been in the last week. Last week was really quite important on the reading, but this week here it seems sort of like taking a back seat here. Yeah, it's showing me the renewal of life, basically. Getting ready for that new cycle within you, preparing that new cycle within you with the Three of Swords. Now that's the first time I've had it on the overall energies there. It's preparing for that, saying goodbye to the old. You don't like letting go of things, basically. Is that what it is? And the universe here is sort of saying, okay. So the overall energy here is just sort of saying, be gentle on yourself. I don't think this has to do with separating in couples and stuff like that. Not in that position there. Okay, if it was over here a little bit, it may be a bit of that sort of scenario. But here is not the same sort of thing. I think this is saying to you, Libra, make sure this week you look after yourself. Give yourself a bit of space and tender loving care. Okay? Let's just see what's going on the karmic message in your relationships here. Less pressure means less explosion. So, don't put pressure on. I think it's a case of not putting pressure on your relationships. And this could be anything from your couple, your family, your friends, and your community. Not putting pressure on it means, say, like if the tire is not completely blown fully rock hard and you're going across ground that's a little bit like that, it's better for the car and better for the tire if there's a bit of give in the system. So it's just understanding that give and being, so less pressure if you're clear on your vision of where you want to go. So I think that's how it's just to sort of take the pressure off the relationship. It takes pressure off you trying to be everything for your partner, or your partner being everything for you. I think that's what the case is. And being true to your inner vision and being true to your passion for life. So it could be a way of being very passionate with your partner in one way or another. It could be a way of being clear and passionate with your family and your friends in this new cycle that's coming towards you. Let's just see how the universe is influencing that sort of karmic message. They're giving you like a bunch of flowers, like a bouquet of flowers. So it's not just one flower. It's just sort of saying, it's almost like cards as well. It's almost sort of saying, look at all these choices that there is in front of you. Look at all these possibilities, Libra. And that is a nightmare for Libra. Let's be honest. You're not the best at making choices because you're air, you're pure air. So it's sometimes a little bit difficult. You know, it's a little bit easier for, say, like Earth, because they've got solid Earth to sort of like equate to, but air is in constant movement. So it's actually, I think it's to do with the fragrance, the smells and stuff like that more than anything else. It's enjoying it's enjoying your environment, making your environment, very fragranted. Looking at things in a little bit in different light. This could be tied in with the Three of Swords as well. This is quite amazing as well. You know, looking at things differently. So allowing those, sometimes smells can trigger sort of memories and stuff like that. Maybe it's a case here of sort of saying, as you're moving into your birthday, it's a case of looking at things completely different. It's a real transition going on here for you, Libra, because you're moving from an old year into a new year, but with all the transition that's going on in the monthly and the equinox readings, you've got to look at things differently and take assets from the universe that you wouldn't normally get engaged with or engage with yourself. So it may be a case of solid building stuff, physically doing stuff, which is not really, your strongest point. But it could well be a case of, getting involved in the physical aspect of life of moving house or, getting involved in looking after the family, physically looking after them, that sort of thing, and just looking at the experience in a completely different way so you can get the best out of it. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this karmic message. It's like when the tide's going to turn, the water stops. Obviously in the UK, excuse me a second. I just dropped a card, which is the Ten of Pentacles. A nice card for you. It's still dropping. It wants to come out. It's going to come out there. It's like it's like the tide is changing. It's going there. It's not going away. The Nine of Pentacles for you. So it's like the tide is changing, and it's that moment when you get like slack tide, I think it's called. It's when the tide either comes in and it stops, and then it starts going back out. And during that moment there, you can, in that stillness and that moment of transition, it is all about transition here, and there's not an actual direction to take here. It's all about observation, I think. Look at the Hangman. He's observing things differently. You've got the Ace of Wands, which is all about the third eye, observing things differently. It's the recognition here that there are fruits that are available through your observation. And it is all about you this week. So, make sure you take that time out and be gentle with yourself and welcome those fruits in from those relationships that are around you. And so it can nourish your actual, your relationship. That's what you guys are trying to do. They're trying to help you in this moment of slack between tides, where you can actually, you can nourish the relationships that are there present in your life. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that conversation that is within you. listening. They're not really saying a lot within you. They're trying to cut down that mental vibration, which you have huge amounts of. And this is looking at things in a different way as well, using assets which you're not used to using. So they're trying to cut away that mental stuff and, you know, make it easy. Don't put a lot of pressure on your relationships and stuff like that. So don't try and second guess the relationships and stuff like that. I think that's what's coming out for that. Funny that's come out for quite a lot of people. And second guessing and listening to the world around you will make you feel like that you're not quite in the relationships, in the scenario, in the flow with other people. But because this is normally a card of money loss, but this is not a card of money loss for here, because we're on the relationship side. So here I see it more of a case of, it's almost like a voluntary thing where you sort of sit back, relax, no pressure, just enjoy yourself, get involved with the people that are around you without there being any other reason than just sort of enjoying the company of the people that are around you. And don't get involved in steering the conversation or directing any relationships at the moment. Just enjoy being directed for yourself. Allow those fruits to be done and being outside the control of the situation, which is that sort of 5 of Pentacles in a way. It's realizing that you can take yourself out of the mix in order to just enjoy yourself and just refill all your emotions and your sincerity of being there, and your calmness within you, and your enjoyment and the pleasure and the non-angst situations with your relationships. I think that's what it's saying here. Learn to actually appreciate the other side of life, basically, because you can tend to be a little bit nervous about things and preempt things and work that mental energy a little bit too much, and it could be the thing that causes you the heartache. So I think here is saying, you know, the overall energy here is sort of saying, this is not what you want. You don't want heartache. You just want it to be pure loving week for you, a real relaxing transitional week. Let's just see how it's going on the job front and the money side of life. It's just making, it's like going on a journey in a camping car, in a van, and just making sure, going through everything and making sure you got everything, kind of going, yeah, we got the tin opener, we got the knives and forks and cups, oh yeah, a bit of food, got enough gas and that sort of thing. Just really sort of like, you know, going through the list and making sure, you know, crossing everything off twice. There is decisions to be made apparently, and preoccupation will stop you from making those decisions at the moment. And is that a case? Are you being preoccupied about it all? I think here is sort of saying here, the decisions that need to be made on your financial, your job and your business side will have to wait until you have had your birthday. So you've actually tasted the possibilities. But in the meantime, you know, if you're leading up to your birthday, and your birthday is not, let's say, till the beginning of October, this is still the time where decisions need to be made on the emotional sort of side of life, but on the physical sort of side for your jobs and stuff like that, it should be pretty clear for you inside your spirit. And it's saying here, if you haven't made those decisions, those last minute decisions about according to do your career path or your business or your projects, this is now the time to really take the band-aid off and have a good look. This is about doing that list and just checking everything is in place. That is the best thing for you. Checking that you've got everything and all the possibilities are there for you. Okay, let's just see how the universe is sort of guiding this sort of karmic message at the moment. I think they're giving you, it's like the carrot and the stick, and this is the carrot here. They're giving you a glimpse of what the happiness is, of being in that community, working with other people. They're trying to provide excellence of teamwork, and you have your own personal excellence to bring to the party. And so I would just bring it forward, bring it on to the party, as it were. Sort of like you have your excellence, and I would look for the excellence in others around you and see how that fits with you. So on your career path, is it good to work with some people and not with others because they have an excellent, or they have a work ethic that corresponds to you? And this is what the universe is sort of like trying to help you be very clear on, and seeing things very clearly. So, you know, you may like the other person, but working with them may not be the best thing in the world. And that's what you've got to be clear about. Let's just see the universe, your guides. Let's see how you guys are influencing that karmic message. They're impatient. They want to get on. It's no surprise with Libra, really. Impatience is not one of your strongest, wind is not the sort of thing that sort of kind of goes, okay, we'll wait. You do get that calm before the storm. And this, I guess this is it a little bit. But then, and your guides are just sort of like under tension in a way, kind of going, we can feel that renewal coming in, and we're ready to rock and roll. They're ready to go. And that's, King of Pentacles, beautiful position for that card there. And it is a king that's sort of through knowledge and understanding. That's why we've got the bookcases behind him, and that wolf as well, which is also about working with other people. That family aspect of working. Even if you've got it within your own business, it's connecting with your suppliers, your customers, your transport people, everything that needs to be done with it, and it's having that waiting and having that security in you that you have done the work. If you have not done the work, it's going to cause you stress. So you still have that time, Libra, this week here to sort things out. Have a clear plan of how you want this next year to go. Once you get that in place, that second wave that's coming in, which I think is from excuse me, from the 25th going through onwards, that second wave is coming through, and it's going to change a lot in society. Blimey, O'Reilly. I do apologise about that. Right. Okay, so that next second wave that's coming in, preparation is good. And this is your best thing. You are the most amazing preparer. You're very good at preparing things, organising things, getting it ready to roll, basically. And this is how your guides are positioning. They're helping you feel that confidence about that path going forward. I really do apologise about that. That's just a little tickle that got into my throat there. Let's just see how it's going on your on the conversation that is within you. How the guides are trying to help that conversation there. Yeah, they're checking things. It's like like a TV program that's just about to be filmed, and there's someone going around, and it's like your guides going around, kind of going lighting check, okay, sound, yeah, check. They're doing a lot of that, and it's helping you to checklist what you want to do. It's also, you've got to be careful about that, because sometimes we can just get, single-mindedly into the checklist and not really paying attention to what is going on around us. So just be a little bit wary of that. There's opportunities coming in for you, which you're going to really enjoy. It may even well be contracts and stuff like that. There's the happiness that we've been waiting for you, and I think that's going to start after your birthdays, really. But in this, with this checking out, this checklisting that your guys are doing, It's getting ready for the opportunities or the propositions that the outside world is going to give you, and I think it's gonna be a way that the opportunities you get in your job and your business and etc. are going to be you're going to love it. You're going to love it, I think. Let's just see what the outcome is and what's going in the following week. Let's do it. That's what's coming through. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. And it is a real leap of faith the following week because there's so much changing in the outside world around you. That is so you. Manifestation, the Queen of Swords. It is Libra all over and all over. That once that planning's in place, that Queen of Swords, she's got her emotions. Look at that. All right. You got the Three of Swords. Yeah. The Three of Swords has got those strikes across the heart. Yeah. Okay. And then when you see I'll get the card in a minute. When you see the Queen of Swords, she's got exactly the same thing down there. She's on top of that. She owns it. She's got the wind at her back, sailing away. She knows exactly where she's going. She's using her mind, her sword, as a rudder. It's like this is how she's guiding it and giving her direction. Absolutely brilliant for you. It is a transitional week, and in that transition there is a lot of unknowns and anticipations and stuff like that, and so it's good to see that you've got that sort of direction at that end of that week, and then in the following week you'll know exactly where you're going according to this changing world. There are loads of links in the description below, also to our Instagram page and our sister channel Cymatic TV. If we're going to have your collective or the individual time-stamped equinox readings coming out on Monday, so you'll want to see that as well. You want to subscribe and click that bell in order to get the notifications on that. Okay, and sharing this video across all major sort of social media platforms will really help us out. It's been very much more appreciated. So happy birthday to you, Libra, and in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.